he definitely has some crazy sides to him and some some sides to him that I don't want to know. That I'm not going to be able to relate to him on. But the ones that I do relate to him, and that's with everybody. It's always like finding common ground between everybody.
Last time I saw you at one of the conventions, yeah, you were down, but you were smiling, you were feeling good, you were taking care of all the fans, and you were being RVD.
What are you gonna do? The first few weeks when I couldn't walk at all, it was really hard getting out and doing signings. Now, and for the last several months anyway, after I started walking, it just got better and better. I just give me a minute. I walk slow. I'm not winning any races yet, but I'm getting there. And these kind of fractures, they it's they take a long time, and everyone's different because you're the way your heel is, like it can explode into fragments, and then you can, whether you need surgery or not, getting them put together, or whether which fragments broke and how they have replaced themselves or where they're at or whatever. All there's so many factors. So my window of getting back on my feet from injury was probably anywhere from say like 4 months to 2 years, or never. That's definitely on the
That's
list
out
of
of
possibilities too, but not for RVD, but because I'm already good to go talking to people about wrestling next year.
How did this happen? How did
It was so I did a match with the
yeah, that guy.
no, I'm trying to think of the promotion, right? But the music, not
AEW?
what is it?
Was it AEW?
No, it's the M one.
MLW.
MLW, but I would always get it until I worked for them. I would get it confused with the one in Baltimore. What's that one?
And another M1. Right.
They're both, yeah, okay. But this one was the one with TV that the
MLW. Yes, Major League Wrestling.
MLW. Yeah, thank you. So, okay, so I did first ever MLW match. It was a battle royal, and I came down, and me and Matt Riddle were there. Boom, boom, boom. I go up to the top. Matt Riddle pushes me off, and just like I've done hundreds of times, I took the bump down into the guardrail, but normally I put all my weight on the guardrail and just eat the momentum. Crash. This time, I don't know what happened. I guess maybe I was a little short. I think it was just from being complacent, like I don't think of like looking ahead, and how am I going to do that? It was just in the moment, and that's just with anything. It's like from being complacent and not focusing on something or concentrating enough and taking it for granted. That's the easiest way to get hurt. But anyway, it pushed me off. I took the ride down, and bam, as soon as I hit, I knew like both feet blew crack, both heels. I don't know why, but they took all the momentum, and then I didn't walk again for like 5 weeks or something.
Well, see, I've never seen you in that kind of condition.
But yeah, a lot of people said that, but throughout history, when I think about it, it felt very familiar. And I think about like one time in a match with Pistol Pez Watley
Oh,
in in like '93 when I was wrestling barefoot still. I did a side kick on the floor. And my base leg slipped on some beer or something. And just from it sliding and my weight shifting on it, like in my foot bending that way, I got a hairline fracture, ended up in a cast for the first time on my foot, and was on crutches,
I
weight.
remember that.
You do.
I do remember seeing you on crutches. Yeah.
Well, but then also when I was in ECW, I had the match with Rhino, broke my heel from just doing a sliding drop kick, and it rolled under me. I had to give up the TV title. That was in '98. And was it '98, '99? I don't know,
In the late 90s.
2001, actually. Yeah, anyway, somewhere in there. And so that happened again. And then in 2016 at the NWA Fan Fest in Charlotte, North Carolina, I was there, and 2016 was a drinking year for RVD. I apologize to anybody that saw me that year, but but not really. No, I do apologize if I offended you or if I was,
No, it's okay.
But anyway, me and Phil Baroni both closed the bar down and got so hammered. And you know how they have like in front of the hotel, they have like a pond, but it was like there's a pond and there's a bridge that goes over the pond into this
Yep.
little villa. So we walked back over, and Phil and I ended up wrestling in the pond, completely hammered. I mean, I had to, the part of the punishment was that I had to see video of it that my friend recorded so he could show me how ridiculously, embarrassing I was. And the other part of the punishment was I woke up with a broken foot. It was my ankle or foot. And we were both all scratched up because they had like a rough cement bottom. It wasn't made for you to be in. It was meant for ducks or something. And we were in there giving each other suplexes and hey, happy 420 Las Vegas time, by the way.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, I see it right there.
720
Boom. Had my had
silly town.
So at least three times I was, this is fourth that I've been not able to walk and had to buy some time. I
Wait a minute,
probably
would you do that again?
what? Which one?
The whole NWA thing.
The whole I think MLW thing. I would do it differently.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
wanted to make
I
sure.
would look ahead and I'd say, all right, when I take that bump from the top rope, let me make sure and give it an extra jump. If it was a little extra far, I don't know what the deal was.
Yeah.
Something was a little different than normal because, I had to crawl out of there.
Wow.
Security guys are trying to pick me up right away, and I just knew, unless you guys are carrying me, there's no reason to get to my feet. I'm not walking even a tenth of my weight, and nobody knew because it was the very, very last move of the night. I crawled back to the dressing room and, the hallway and, cried like a baby, and everybody celebrated with Matt Riddle.
Unreal. Unreal. What do you think? Matt Riddle's been on the internet. I know him really well. So he's very outspoken. Who is Matt Riddle in your opinion?
Matt's a good dude. What I know of him, he's one of my friends. He definitely has some crazy sides to him and some sides to him that I don't want to know. That I'm not going to be able to relate to him on. But the ones that I do relate to him, and that's with everybody. It's always like finding common ground between everybody, and everyone compares Matt to me because I don't know, because of the cannabis. I think mostly laid back attitude. I don't know. We both wrestled barefoot, but people don't even know that about me. So I think it's mostly the cannabis, but also he likes to fight, and he's not extremely passive, at least not in the front of his mind when he makes decisions. He doesn't mind talking trash, creating a conflict, and then saying, "Well, I'm just telling the truth, man." So if you can't deal with it, dude, I don't know. But it's like we learn the longer we're alive, and in some ways, it might just be inexperience and being younger, but he might still have some stuff to prove to either himself or maybe to other people. I don't know, but I also think he's a little bit misunderstood, or at least exaggerated when it comes to some of the concerns that people have. As soon as with that scandal recently, boom, the headlines say he no-showed a fundraiser. That's all the basic thinkers need to see, and they're ready to put everything down on the table and commit to sending hate to him. That's something about society that I can't get behind. Like, they didn't even read the article. They didn't even wait to hear his side of the story. All they need is three words in a headline to completely put everything forward because they got nothing to lose. They're behind a keyboard. That's the way that society is, the internet mark society. And so he is sometimes he's the target from them, but then he shrugs it off because he knows how shallow they are. Their loyalty is as deep as their attention span, you know. So no
Well said.
concerns. Yeah.
You're really well said. And we've all been. I mean, I know you've been the target sometimes of internet brutality, so to say, that
Sure.
more brutal than ECW.
Yeah. Yeah. I came up with, when I was talking, I was like, it's like it feels like there's more of them than there really are because, they're like the Spartans at Thermopylae, with the 300, right? And they
Yeah.
just surround you strategically. And then people like, if they're surrounded by all that hate, they think, oh my God, but that's really a very, very, very small percentage. Even of the people that are feeling the hate, only a small percentage are going to feel it so much that they're going to get on the keyboard. I need to send this message to this person that I don't know and let them know how much I hate them over this thing that has nothing to do with me. That's
Yeah.
a very small percentage, but it feels when you're in the frying pan, it can feel like more. So I'm always now, that's one of my missions is just to help other people out and tell them, dude, don't worry about it because they're not real people. They would never say that to someone's face. And how I really found out it was like one of those times when the crowd just seemed like so negative, and then Katie and I went to a WWE show. Maybe it was Survivor Series. It was something where they put us on camera
Yeah.
last year,
Yeah.
and it just opened up my mind and made me realize, like, oh my God, like the internet or the part that we're reading, it was like so negative on the whole project, on houses, on the energy, everything lame, everything sucks. And then like experiencing it live, it was like the complete opposite. Everyone was having such a great time.
It's a different, internet audience is not generally that fan that pays their good money to go to the live show to
Not
see.
buying tickets, huh?
Yeah, right.